Hello everyone, my name's Gabby and today I'm going to be walking you through the entire process of designing my dream prom dress from Lunss.com. So without further ado, let's get started. So I originally got this idea from the YouTuber Mia Maples, who did a video where she reviewed Lunss.com, and I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. She literally drew a picture of a dress and they made it come to life for her. So I was like, with senior prom coming up, what's cooler than designing your own dress for senior prom? So I talked to my mom about it. We did a ton of research, watched a lot of videos about people's experiences with it, and she was like, okay, if this is something you really want to do, then I'm on board. So step one for me was to go through Pinterest religiously. I filled up a board with prom dresses, wedding dresses, really anything that caught my eye, because my original thought was that I would take different elements from different dresses and kind of piece them together into my dream dress. And then I stumbled upon this one and I fell head over heels in love, and I was like, okay, I need this dress. So once I found the dress, I sent in my official inquiry to Lunss, which was basically just a little form where you write what event the dress is for, when the event is, what your budget is, and then you put in any pictures, drawings, inspiration that you have for it, and then you write a little note at the bottom what your ideas are for the dress or just anything else you want to tell them. So I told them that I have prom sometime in early April. My mom gave me a budget of $500 because that was about how much my junior year prom dress cost after alterations and everything. And then I wrote them a little note telling them that I wanted that dress almost exactly, except in a light purple instead of light pink, because one, light pink washes me out terribly. I learned that in dress shopping for my junior prom, and also lavender, like light purple, is my favorite color. And so I really wanted to wear a lavender dress for my senior prom because I just think that's super fun. So I sent all that in on January 12th, and that same day, later that night, I got a message back saying, hi, this is Shirley. I'm gonna be your stylist. I think we can replicate this gown almost perfectly. And she just kind of listed out the different features of the gown. And then at the end of the message, she had a little blurb about the pricing. And genuinely, I was expecting them to come back and tell me okay, this is gonna be $500, or this is gonna be more than $500 to make you. No, she got back to me and said, this dress is going to cost you $285. And I was like, you're joking right now. Which, if you know anything about prom dress prices, that's insane. Last year, that's about how much my junior prom dress cost because it was on sale, and that was well before alterations. So to get a dress at that price that's already made custom to my measurements is insane. So I showed my mom the message, and she was just as shocked as I was at that price point. So we were like, this is amazing, but also, could it be too good to be true? So of course, we just go back to researching, watching so many videos, just reading, finding everything we can. But from everything we saw, it seemed very credible, very legit. So the next day, on the 13th, while we were still researching, thinking it over, I got another message from Shirley just saying, hey, just to let you know, rush order isn't available right now because it's our peak season, which for me, I was not really worried about that considering I had 4 whole months until prom. But she was also letting me know that I had 10 days to basically confirm and purchase the dress, or else that whole thing I'd sent in would be scrapped, which fair enough. And so me and my mom talked over and we're like, okay, this seems like a good idea. I think this seems legit. So we paid, it ended up actually being only, I want to say $270. I don't know why. I just remember it was not $285 when I actually went to pay for it. I believe it was about $270. I don't know why. I think I got maybe it was a first time customer deal or something, but it ended up being a little bit cheaper than what she quoted me, which is awesome. So we placed the order and paid for the dress on the 13th, and immediately on the 14th, the customization process started. She asked me all sorts of questions about how I wanted the dress to be, sent me lots of fabric options to choose from. It was just super hands-on, and it was so cool to just feel so involved in the process of my dress being made. And once we had all the details worked out, she sent me a list of every measurement that I needed to get, and I knew from watching Mia Maples' video that it was a pretty intense list of measurements, but I was not ready for everything she needed me to do. So me and my mom were both like, okay, it's probably not best if we do this at home by ourselves because the chance that we'll mess up is kind of high. So I went in to an alterations place to get them done, and I actually vlogged a little bit, so I'll show you that now. All right, I'm about to go get every inch of my body measured, so this is gonna be fun. You guys, I feel like, I don't even know the word. I feel like violated. She goes to measure my butt and she goes, "Oh, you got nothing, huh?" I was like, wild, absolutely wild. I mean, she's not wrong, but I can't. That was so funny. But I got all my measurements, so we're good. I cannot get over that. So after I sent in my measurements, I had a few kind of strange requests from her. This is gonna be so TMI, but I'm just putting it all out there for you guys. So last year when I got my junior prom dress altered, to make it fit me better, they added these huge padded like cups in the bust. And it kind of made me uncomfortable because I was like, I don't look like this. Like, this looks just weird on my body. And I just did not like the look of it. It made me really uncomfortable. And I ended up going in and having them like take them out. And so my mom told me, she was like, "Gabby, like, you don't want that to happen again. So you need to like tell them, because you'd hate for this dress to come in and you don't feel comfortable in it the same way you did after your junior prom dress got altered." And I was like, okay. So I messaged her and I was like, "Hey, like, just want to make sure the padding in the bust isn't going to be super thick." And then I also asked, because I loved the flowers that I chose to go as like the top layer on my dress. And I was like, I don't know if this is a weird request, but could you send me some extra of those so that I could turn them into hair clips? And she got back to me and she was like, "Don't worry about like the padding. It's very thin, like you won't have to wear a bra, but it's like you're not gonna have a problem with it." And then she also was like, "Yeah, absolutely, I'll send you some extra fabric of the dress," which I was like, okay, Shirley, like, way to come through for me. So after all of that was done, from January 14th to February 19th, it was total radio silence, which was fine. I was done customizing and giving them all my feedback. Like, she knew exactly how to make this dress. So I wasn't really expecting anything from her, but they did give me an expected date for it to be done, which was February 14th. So, like, up until then, I wasn't really expecting them to say anything, but when it got, like, closer, like, around February 14th and the few days after, it wasn't like I was super stressed out or anything, because I was like, okay, they might not finish it on February 14th. Like, that's not that big of a deal. But I was more just, like, anxious. Like, I was really, like, it was, like, an anxious excitement. Like, I was so excited to see this dress. So then on February 19th, she messaged me and was like, "Hey, not so great news. The fabric, the flower one you'd picked, is out of stock. So do you want to switch it out for this other one? Like, it's a little bit more expensive, but we'll cover the cost for you." And it was a really pretty fabric, don't get me wrong, but I really, really loved the original one I picked out because it had like gold and white in it. And I was like, I can work with that so much with like jewelry and accessories. And I was just obsessed with that original one. So I just kind of was like, okay, like, do you have any estimated date of when you'll get more of that? And eventually she got back to me and was like, okay, the manufacturer said that it will come in 3 to 4 days. So we'll just plan on using that original fabric you picked out. I was like, okay, perfect. So then on March 3rd, I messaged her again just to make sure like everything was going fine. I was like, hey, like, do you have any updates? And she was like, yeah, like, we're making your dress with the original fabric. It's just taking a little bit longer just because it was out of stock. And I was like, that is totally fine. I'm just happy that you can make it with the original fabric I chose. And then on March 10th, I woke up to an email saying that my dress was finished. So I literally woke up, opened it, and like ran downstairs screaming. I was like, Mom, you have to look at this, because it was beautiful. Like, everything I could have imagined and more somehow. So once I checked it over, I had to fill out a little form just basically saying that like I approve of it and everything is great on it, which of course I did because it turned out perfectly. And so she was like, okay, like, thank you for your quick approval. We'll get it sent out. It should arrive to you within like 10 business days. And then I just double checked to make sure they were still sending me the flowers for my hair, because at that point it'd been like 2-ish months since I had asked. So I just wanted to make sure she didn't forget. And she was like, yeah, girl, I got you. And I was like, thanks. And then finally, the day we had all been waiting for, my dress came in the mail. Okay, prom dress update. So on March 10th, so 6 days ago, it's the 16th today, they messaged me on Lunss and were like, hey, your dress is finished. It is so beautiful. We uploaded all these pictures for you to look at. And I looked at the pictures and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. I was like showing everybody. I was like freaking out. Like, I got that email like at like 3 a.m. my time. So like when I woke up for school that day, I literally was like, oh gosh, I like ran straight downstairs and I showed my mom. We were like freaking out. I showed all my friends. So I was super excited. And they were like, once you like formally like accept it or like tell us any changes you need or whatever, like once it's like finalized and you like, what was it? Like, it wasn't accept or like whatever. I had to like basically agree that like, yeah, this is perfect. Then they could ship it to me. So of course, like, I didn't see anything wrong with it. So I was like, perfect, send it to me. I want it now. So they're like, okay, perfect. We'll have it shipped out to you within 24 hours. And then it could take about like 10 days to get to you. So the fact that it is here 6 days later is pretty impressive. At least I think this is it, because this is a huge package, which it's a little unsettling to me that it's just like in this and not like a box, but like it has some weight to it. So I'm like excited. Obviously I'm excited, but like this is like kind of scaring me how like small this like how this is like compared to my head. Like there's a whole prom dress in here, but you know, I'm trusting. So I need to get some scissors and we'll cut this thing open. All right, scissors acquired. Also, if you cannot tell, I am so tired right now. I just got back from a movie, but we're gonna see what's inside. Okay, well, I see purple, so it's definitely my dress. This is actually packed up like so tight. What the heck? Smells a little funky. Okay, here is my dress. This is a little scary, but we're just gonna keep opening it and trusting. I feel like this is gonna like pop open when I like get it. Okay, so that I know that the outer layer is like a tulle and like a mesh, and this is not it. So I'm thinking that they maybe packed the dress like inside out to like protect it. Oh my gosh, how many layers of packaging is there? Okay, finally. Oh my gosh. Oh, stop. I already can kind of see it and I'm so excited. Okay. Oh, it's fully inside out. Hang on. That's probably smart from like a packaging standpoint to pack the dress inside out. How do I? Wait. Oh my gosh. You guys. Wait. Oh wait, do I have the laces? Oh, that's supposed to be in the back. Oh my gosh, you're actually joking right now. This is beautiful. It's somehow even prettier than the pictures. Hang on. I don't even feel like I have a good enough angle or lighting to give this dress justice, but like, hello? Look how beautiful this is. Oh my gosh. Okay. I think I have to do a try on like right now. I'm honestly so tired. I kind of just want to go to sleep, but like, I can't just unbox this absolute work of art and not put it on my body. So give me a second. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait, still not doing this dress quite justice, because if you can see by the mirror back there, it has these lace ups. So I think I'm gonna go have my mom do it, but like, I feel like a princess. I feel like a fairy princess who's like, I don't even know, like, I don't know, the fairiest princess of all fairy princesses, because what the heck? How is this like perfection? So let me go get my mom to lace this up and then I'll show you. All right, you guys, she is all laced. Oh my gosh. This is insane. This is actually insane. $270 for this absolute perfection. Like, and imagine it, like I'm thinking like a side braid. Imagine like a side braid with the flowers. Oh, it's gonna be so good. I don't even know what kind of jewelry to wear with this. Maybe like, I feel like a pearl necklace. I don't know if it'd be like too much. I'm like actually obsessed. I don't think I'm ever gonna take this dress off. Okay, it took my mom a hot minute to lace me up into this because it literally goes all the way from back here to like way down here. And it took me a hot minute to unlace it to get it off, but it's off. I'm in my pajamas now, obviously. And I wanted to show you guys, so my stylist, her name was Shirley. She was amazing, best ever. I mean, look at this dress. You already know she's amazing. But when I was like messaging with her, like, when I was originally like ordering it and talking to her about it, I was like, hey, like, I would love if like I could have some extra pieces of the like little like flowers, you know, the 3D detailing to like put in my hair, like make some sort of accessory. Like, is there any way you could send me some? She was like, yeah, like we'll just send you. So they literally just sent me like a whole like, I don't even know how much, but it's like literally the mesh fabric that's the like top layer of the dress, so that I can like cut out like some of these like flowers and use them as hair accessories, which I'm so excited about because what the heck, I get to have the same flowers in my hair that are on my dress. Like, everything about this process was amazing. Like, they were so nice, so communicative, like so like in depth with all their questions and everything, so like friendly and accommodating. Like, literally there was no request or question I asked her that she didn't give me like a good, detailed, like thoughtful answer to. It was amazing. Like, and also like for how inexpensive it was. Like, prom dresses in general are so expensive. Like, last year we were able to get mine for pretty cheap. Like, I want to say it was like maybe around the price of this. Like, this was $270. I want to say my dress last year we were able to get for around that price. But by the time we had all the alterations done on it to make it actually fit me, I want to say it like doubled the price, because alterations are so expensive, especially on like high-end, like good quality dresses like prom dresses are. So for this to be like literally half the price, already comes perfectly fitting me. Literally, I designed it, so it's exactly like my dream dress and more. Like, I just like, it's mind-boggling to me. Like, when I told my friends this was $270, they were like, "You're kidding, right?" Like, I was like, no. Like, I literally thought she was gonna quote me like $500 for this dress, but so I'm just like shook in every way that a person can be shook, but like in the best way possible. So I'm super excited. I think I'm gonna enlist Kylie's help to make some little like hair pieces, because I think she's gonna do my prom hair. So yeah, I'm so happy. I cannot wait to like just get everything prepped and wear this to prom. It's gonna be so good. So clearly I was head over heels in love with this dress. I wore it to prom and got so many compliments. Everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, you look like Rapunzel, you look like a princess, your dress is so beautiful." And I was like, I know, right? I designed this myself. So here's a few pictures from prom. And if you haven't watched my prom vlog yet, then you should go do that. You can see the dress in action. But then I messaged her because I was like, I want to show Shirley a picture of me in my prom dress. Hello. So I tried to send her a picture and it wasn't going through, but I was like, thank you again so much for this dress. Like, it's actually so amazing. She's like, "Oh, thank you. Like, if you want to leave a review, you can drop in a picture." And so I went to leave a review and honestly could not tell you if it went through or not, because it kept giving me an error message. Like, I put in one picture of me in the dress and like a little just note about how amazing it was and everything, 5 stars, and I like click submit and it gave me an error message. So I click submit like 3 more times and it gave me an error message 3 more times, but then I scrolled down and it said I posted like 4 reviews. So I was like, did this actually go through? So to this day I still don't know if my review is actually up there or if they actually got it, but I did try. I did try my best effort. And then she sent me a message like telling me how I could get like 5% cash back on my dress, just a couple things. And quite honestly, I didn't really like it. I was like, I don't really need, like, I wrote my review, like, I don't really feel the need to like post it and do all these things. Like, obviously I posted in my dress a million times, but I didn't go through that whole process of like getting the 5% cash back, because I was like, I don't really care. So after my experience, would I recommend using Lunss to get a custom dress? The answer is 100% yes. Are you kidding me? I was absolutely in love with my dress. The whole process was so easy. They were so kind. They worked so closely with me to make this dress absolutely perfect and make all my dreams come true. How could I not give this like a 10 million out of 10 review? Like, it was just so amazing. And like, they do dresses for like any event. Like, one of their big things is wedding dresses, and I'm like, how cool would that be to design your whole own wedding dress? Like, what the heck? So definitely would recommend it. I myself might be using it again in the future. Honestly, I probably will be using it again in the future. I'm obsessed with dresses, and I have a new hyper fixation on this website because it was just such a good experience. So that was awesome. But I will say there are a few things you should probably know if you're thinking about doing this for yourself. One of which being that I'm almost positive they're based in China or somewhere in Asia, which is not a problem other than the fact that the time zones are very different. So when Shirley would be messaging me about my dress, it would often be late at night or early in the morning, which was okay because like it'd be usually around like 10 p.m. she might message me, or like 8 a.m. we'd go back and forth, which was fine because I was getting up for school and I stay up late anyways. So we like, it wasn't that it was like super hard and she was only messaging me when I was asleep, but it was definitely something to keep in mind because if I texted her at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on like the website asking her questions, she wouldn't get back to me till like 9 o'clock at night. Another thing is they do not send you notifications every time your stylist messages you. They'll send you a notification when you initially get your first response to your like inquiry form. They'll message you when your dress is done and you need to review the pictures. And I think they'll message you when your dress gets delivered. But other than that, You need to be logging on and checking it like every single day. I was pretty good about that, especially at the beginning when it was like we were still sorting out all the customizing, but sometimes I wouldn't log in for a couple days. I realized that I had a message from like 2 days ago, which wasn't that big of a deal in the long run, but if you're someone who forgets to check things, you might need to like set a reminder on your phone, an alarm, whatever, because you have to log in and check or else you will miss messages. Also, do not be afraid to ask for what you want. I clearly had some kind of odd requests and they were able to fulfill all of them. Because at the end of the day, it's your dress. You are paying them to make you your dream dress. So if you want something, even if you think it's goofy or weird or they might not do it, just ask. Because at the end of the day, they probably will do it. Also, on that same train, don't be afraid to tell them if you don't like something. I got lucky in the fact that when they sent me my photos, I was like, this is perfection. But if for some reason they sent you it and there's something you don't like, tell them. I know that that's hard, and as a people pleaser myself, I just want to be like, oh, it's great, when I don't love it that much. But this is your dress. Again, if you're going to be spending a bunch of money on a dress, you need to have it the way you want it. So don't be afraid to tell them like, hey, can you make this different? Can you change this? Because that's their job. That's what they're here to do. They will fix it for you. The last thing I want to hit on is your budget, because obviously that's a big deal when you're prom dress shopping. They can get so expensive, and a lot of people have to have a smaller budget for prom. And something I was noticing when I was doing my research into Lunss is a lot of people weren't super upfront and clear with how much they paid for the dress, which kind of threw me off because I was like, is this gonna be super expensive? Which is why I try to be super upfront and clear with you guys what my budget was, how much I ended up actually paying for the dress, so that you can kind of have an idea. And I also really like the fact that I gave them a $500 budget and they quoted me at half of that, which I think just shows like how much they really try to work with you and care about their customer, because they could have easily told me like, okay, it's gonna be $400, $500, knowing that I would have paid it, but they didn't. They gave me an honest price, which was so much lower than my budget, which is why I truly think if you came to them and you're like, hey, I need this, but I'm on a tight budget, it has to be $200 or less, $300 or less, whatever, I really do think they would work with you. Obviously, that's not something that I had the experience with, because my budget, $500, like that's not a small amount of money. That's kind of a lot of money, even for a prom dress. So that's not my personal experience, but I feel like just based on the way they treated me, the whole experience, that they would definitely work with you if you had a lower budget. So I hope you take something away from this video. I absolutely adore Lunss. I had an amazing experience with them. I think they're an amazing company, and I 100% think that you should design a dress with them for your next event, whatever that may be. And if you're nervous or you think it's weird or whatever, just do it. Just do it, okay? Don't be afraid to be different. Don't be afraid to stand out. And then you can go to your event being like, hey, I actually designed this dress from scratch, okay? That's so cool. Anyways, if you have any more questions about Lunss or the process or anything, feel free to comment them below. I will get back to them. I can probably answer almost any question you have for me about, at least about my experience. And obviously this is something I love to talk about because I think it's so cool. I designed my prom dress. Anyways, so I love you so much. Thank you so much for watching this video. I love you. God loves you. And I'll see you next one.